Hey there, and welcome to Farmer Brad YouTube channel. Today is Christmas morning, and even though we've unwrapped all of our gifts, we've still got one important job: milking Buttercup, our beloved dairy cow. Here I'm getting the cracked corn, the alfalfa block that she can eat while I'm milking her, to help replenish the nourishment that she needs in order to produce a lot of milk for the calf and for us.
Come on, Buttercup.
Going to get Buttercup.
Come on, Buttercup.
By now, she knows the deal. She walks in here and typically puts her head in the right spot. But today she got distracted by something.
Hey, over here.
So I have to redirect her
Right there. Good girl.
and then fasten down the cow stanchion. Then I get this bar that I hook onto her hip, and that will help minimize her lifting her leg or kicking. Then I get these hobble straps that will keep her legs secure, also preventing kicking or disrupting the milking machine. Eventually, I'm going to add a loop that will attach to the floor, and then there will be a little chain that will be able to hook on each of those to help secure it even better. Here I'm adding the pre and post dip onto each nipple. This will help sanitize it. And I'm dumping each one of those to minimize cross-contamination. I'm putting a feed bag on the floor just to keep another barrier between the floor and the milk crate that I put all of the milk in. Now here's the milk crate with the milk machine, and I've zip tied the pump to the side of the milk crate just to make it easier to transport. Now I have hot soapy water with a rag in that white bucket, and I'm going to thoroughly clean the back two teats. Now the back two are way shorter than the front two, so that makes this milk machine perfect for it versus hand milking all of it. Now I hat dry it off, and then I hand milk to clean out the milk ducts to prevent any buildup of bacteria. Once that's clean, I get the milkers ready to go in position, untangle the tubing, now I turn on the milk machine. It's creating a vacuum. It can take a little bit of time, so I'm holding them up there while it creates the vacuum. The last thing you want it to do is not to have a vacuum and drop those on the ground. now I have vacuum, and they're in position. And there's a little bit of milk going into the can. And part of the reason why I added those alfalfa cubes is also kind of keeps her entertained, causes her to hunt around for those, keep her preoccupied so she doesn't feel pestered or bothered by milking her. So we do the back two, and then I'm watching for when the milk stops coming on one of the teats, and I'll pinch that off. You'll see that a little bit later. Now I'm getting the hot wash rag prep to clean off the front two in anticipation of one of the back teeth getting done. Dry it off. I hand milk a few times, clean it out. And on the floor I have rubber mat down. Just to try to minimize Buttercup. Now I pinch that off and break the seal so I can take that one off. Then I express that heat once more, and then I put that on. Then I remove crimp, and that one's starting to come down. And part of the reason why I went with a 2 teat at a time milking machine was we're a small operation. We just have one dairy cow that's in milk right now, and I didn't want something overly complicated. And in the case of me hand milking, I could easily hand milk the front two and then put the milk machine on the back. And where the milk is going, on the number 2 valve, there's a float. That way if the milk gets too high, it keeps the milk from going into where the air section is. So now I've disconnected these two. I've pinched them off. I put them upright. And then I open up the canister. And in this funnel, there's also a grate or a mesh that will keep any large items out of from pouring in there. But with using the milk machine, it's a closed loop system, so the mesh really would come in handy if I was fully hand milking. Take that out, place that in the can, and then put the lid on. Now I go back and get the same pre-dip, post-dip, and with that, and that really helps sanitize and kind of seal up protection. Now I'm just trying to clear the area. Took off the hip bar. I'm going to take off the hobble. And when I'm doing this, I'm always aware in case Buttercup is going to start to poop. Because you do not want to be there or kick. So I got those off. And now I'm
Hold on,
loosening
Buttercup.
up the stanchion.
There we go.
I'm going to slip right by her, open up the door. And there's pigs and dogs.
Now I gotta let her calf out.
Knife them. Now I don't typically end up taking all of the milk that Buttercup has, at least a little bit from those front teats for the calf.
So there you have it. That's how I milk our dairy cow. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe the video. And until next time, now is a great time to homestead.